All right, so I kind of drew up this idea on the fly. I was like going to tell you something, and then before I started telling it to you, I was like, wait, no, we should make this a video. So I'm going to basically just tell you a list of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, aka Dave Meltzer's professional magazine, the awards that the Wrestling Observer newsletter has done throughout the years. And some of these awards are really like just outrageous as you would think they are. And I thought of this idea because I was looking at Bray Wyatt and his history, and we know Bray Wyatt's not really a favorite of the Observer readers. So I was
Well, he is
like,
now. Kevin, he is now because he's probably going to go to AEW. But continue.
yeah. So I went to think. I got to thinking. I was like, has the IWC always been like this, or like the niche wrestling fan, the people that read the dirt sheets back in the '80s and '90s, have they always been the way they are? And then I started looking at all of the awards throughout the years. I spent like, I don't know, 30 minutes looking at this Wikipedia page, doing a deep dive. And I was fascinated at some of the awards and most importantly some of the winners of those awards. So I'm just gonna like just tell you some of these. How does that sound?
Well, Kevin, I think for the sake of the video, so I don't really know. Like, I haven't done the deep dive like you have. You have this in front of you. I don't. So what we can do, you can like say a category, say a year or something like that, and then I guess I as someone who follows the more mainstream style wrestling and knows that to a T in the WWF and the WCW North American type wrestling, I'll give you my honest opinion and answer of who it should be, and then you can give the answer. So we'll do something like that, okay?
Yeah, there you go. That
So,
works for me. So let's just get to it. It gets hot right from the start. It literally starts with the Luthez / Ric Flair Award. This is the Wrestler of the Year. They name it after Ric Flair because Ric Flair has won it like 10 times, and that's fair.
yeah,
Ric
yeah,
Flair won it from 82 to 86. He won it 89 to 90, 92. That's fair. He's Ric Flair. He's the GOAT for a reason. Okay, no
yeah.
debate there. Then throughout, okay, whatever. Throughout the early 90s, mid 90s, some Japanese wrestlers won it. That's fine. Down period for WWE.
Yeah.
Now we get to 97. That's really where it hits you. 1997. Who would you think would be Wrestler of the Year in 97? This is the beginning of the Attitude Era. WCW,
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, Hall, and Nash are running wild.
Yeah, you've got Undertaker wins the title at WrestleMania, main event SummerSlam. You've got really the ascent of Steve Austin potentially. You mentioned Hogan there. Sting. This is like the year of Sting in WCW. WCW is the most cool wrestling on the planet. Kevin, who could it be? Surely it's Hogan, right?
Mitsuhiro Misawa won the Wrestling Observer newsletter Wrestler of the Year in 1997.
So you're telling me when wrestling's as pop culture relevant and mainstream as pretty much ever was in '97, when WCW is near enough as popular as the NFL, with guys like Hogan and Sting leading the charge, it's who was that again?
Misawa. Misawa from All Japan Pro Wrestling. He was
Okay,
the Wrestler of the Year in 97. So
nice. Anyway, we move. Let's keep going. Keep going.
yeah, so
Keep going.
98 Stone Cold wins. Fair
Good.
enough.
Good.
The year of Stone Cold.
Good.
And 1999 comes around. Who would you think would be Wrestler of the Year in 1999?
'99. This is the year Mick Foley or Mankind really broke out. You've got like The Rock is hitting his apex. Triple H becomes a real big star. I guess you could say Steve Austin. He was good for about 9 months here. Someone like that potentially. WCW still maybe DDP, Hogan, something like that maybe.
Yeah, then it was Misawa again. So
Bruh,
yeah,
bruh, bruh. Come on now.
yeah. And
Come
then
on now.
and then in 2003, 2004, and 2005, a wrestler won the same. He won the award 3 years in a row. And 03, 04,
So
05, that's especially
So it'd be
Benoit.
Triple H. It'd be Triple H if they won it 3 straight years because he was on top 3 straight years. There was no one really as good as Triple H was at that time period as far as I guess stardom, notoriety. Maybe Brock Lesnar potentially could be Brock. I don't something like that.
Yeah, there's Benoit. Benoit had a big year in 04. Like you would think Benoit would win it because he's kind of like everyone. He's like what everyone that reads that magazine loves.
Or
Kurt
Eddie,
Angle.
Eddie, Eddie in '04. Angle.
Yeah,
Yep, either of those
Eddie.
two. Yeah.
Kurt Angle. Yeah, no, it was Kenta Kobayashi or Kenta Kobashi. He won it 3 years in a row from 03, 04, 05.
So apex of ruthless aggression when once again wrestling's still extremely popular. To use the term that you love, mainstream. You've got those big stars, Triple H, Brock, etc., as you just said. And it was who again?
It was Kenta Kobashi.
Right. Okay.
Uh,
I
uh,
think we can see a bit of bias here, but continue.
yeah, from my perspective, Eddie Guerrero was like Eddie. It was the year of Eddie in '04, and then you have what Batista had an iconic '05, but I guess Kobashi was the best wrestler. That's fine. Then '06 Mystico wins it from CMLL. Okay, '06 was a weird year.
Yeah.
'07 John Cena. '08 '09 Chris Jericho. 2010 Cena. And then 11, 12, and 13 is the year
Punk.
of huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you,
That'd be Punk, right?
yeah. You would think it'd be CM Punk. You would
Wait,
think.
what? I'm sorry, what? 11, 12, 13. They give me. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it
Wait,
wasn't
what?
wasn't Punk. So recap here: 11, 12, 13. This is The Rock's return in 2011. Then we get Rock vs Cena once in a lifetime. Then we get Down Bad Cena, and then we get Rock vs Cena 2. Meanwhile, Punk is literally on top. He's literally champion. Like basically all three of those calendar years, he's
Yep.
predominantly champion.
Yep.
No, Hiroshi Tanahashi was your winner of Wrestler of the Year in 11, 12, and 13.
Right. Well, this is the thing. Like, I guess the argument is that he had more really good matches. I guess that's what constitutes it. I guess, but just like,
Yeah.
come on. Like it's Apex of Punk 2011, Pipe Bomb, Summer of Punk, what have you. 2012, he's champion the full calendar year. 2013, loses the title and has these god tier matches against Rock, Undertaker, Lesnar. Like, come on, fam. Come
Oh yeah, exactly. Then yeah, I mean then it's Nakamura wins it the next year. I thought
on.
Bryan was a lock in 14, but then 15, 16 AJ Styles, no debate there. 17 Okada, 18 Omega, 19 Jericho, 2020 Moxley, no shockers there. Then we go down to most outstanding wrestler. Nothing too crazy here. Angle won it a bunch of times. Benoit won it. Daniel Bryan has basically won this award. Like I think he's won it the most. Daniel
Yeah,
Bryan.
that'd be the Brian Danielson Award if it's already named that.
Oh yeah. It doesn't have an official like a nickname, but yeah, Brian. I think Bryan's won it more times than anyone. But he won it 06, 07, 08, 09, and 2010. So he didn't even win it the year that he was the most outstanding wrestler from a mainstream perspective in 2014.
Well, no, because he wasn't having 60-minute matches kicking Roderick Strong in the head for real. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, you think like '06. You look at '06, the most outstanding wrestler. I mean, how could it not be Edge, right?
Or
Like,
the wrestling machine, Kurt Angle. That was his bit at that time.
right.
Um,
Yeah, how is it not
yeah.
one of those guys? But instead, it's Daniel Bryan, who's like, this is before Ring of Honor even had any kind of notoriety.
Yeah.
Weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Then there's Omega wins that a bunch of times. AJ's won it a bunch of times. Osprey.
No surprises.
Yeah.
No surprises when we move.
Yeah, no shocker there. Tag team of the year, just quickly, I'll say Morrison and The Miz won it in 2008. Embarrassment.
Ill. Move on.
This is basically the Young Bucks award. The Young Bucks have won it from 2014 to 2018. So that was what, 5 times in a row?
And they'll win it again this year, no doubt.
And they won it in 2020.
Yep.
Yeah, so while the Usos and the New Day are like having this epic tag team match after tag team match, great tag team feuds. You got Jimmy Uso mentioning Xavier Woods' triple threat match with Brad Maddox and Paige on live television. None of that means anything to the Wrestling Observer readers because the Young Bucks.
Because the Young Bucks had great juniors tag match with Gorillas of Destiny in Big Japan Pro Wrestling in 2017, Kevin. So shut up, you know nothing.
Don't forget how crisply they kissed Adam Cole on the cheek.
Yeah, absolutely.
So best on interviews, I don't think there's anything really crazy here. Really, the only funny thing about this is that McGregor won it in 2015, 16, and 17. Like, that's how down bad WWE was.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't do that to like Nakamura or something, to be fair.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, they do interview they do MMA awards and they count MMA. Like MMA qualifies for like every award. Like box office, best interview and stuff like that.
That I don't even know. They're trying to be like a legitimate media agency by covering legitimate sports as well, but anyway.
Legitimate, pal. So here's another one where it gets really just wow. Promotion of the year. this is like this is ridiculous, bro.
Okay.
Honestly.
Wait, so so this is the Wrestling Observer Awards. Obviously, New Japan's gonna win it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, so what year does this start from? Out of interest?
Started in 1983.
Okay, so that's about quick
38
math.
years.
38 years, yeah. 38 years. Okay, I'd say out of that, how many times would WWE win that? Probably out of 38 years, maybe 4 or 5, maybe out of the 38. Is
But
that too high or too low?
yeah, it's easier to just tell you how many times WWE won it than to tell you who all has won the award.
Yeah.
No, that is too little. It's under. It's under 4.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Wait. So okay. Well, WWE would have probably won 98 then, probably.
Nope.
Oh, for God's sake! Just okay. Well, what years they win it? What years did WWE win its award?
But you would think they won it in like 1989 or something, when Hogan and Macho Man are on top, and like Saturday Night Main Event is the most watched wrestling television program in history. No, they won in 1999 and 2000. That's it. That's the only time WWE has ever won Promotion of the Year.
Wait, what? 99?
Yeah, 99.
As in the year where it was Mae Young giving birth to a hand, and it was
Yep.
Vince Russo literally with a crack pipe writing the most messed up wax stuff he could. That was the year they gave it of all the years.
Yeah, it was drunk Vince Russo just throwing ideas at the wall and trying to outdo himself every single week.
And that was what was Promotion of the Year in 1998?
Promotion of the Year in 1998 was New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, for
Yeah, New Japan Pro Wrestling, by and large, has run away with this award. They won it from 2012 to 2019 consecutively.
No surprises.
They won it again from 1995 to 1998, and then in 92, and 87, 88. And yeah.
98, the objectively the best year of WWF there's been. Wow, that's something.
Or 2001 as well, another great year. Or not 2001, I'm sorry, 2002, another great year for WWE. No.
And even then, 2002 is like everything. You got the Stars, you got the SmackDown 6, but no. Let me guess, New Japan won that year as well.
No, Pride Fighting won that. Pride Fighting Championship won that 2002.
and that is what?
That's basically MMA's version of New Japan Pro Wrestling. to give it to you in just a basic comparison.
Like forget WWF when you've got Rock versus Hogan, you've got like the best roster ever constructed, the NWO, Austin, Rock, literally everyone, Triple H, Jericho's being a star, SmackDown 6, Brock Lesnar's come in, you got Eddie and everyone, and a New Japan MMA league wins best promotion over that.
Yeah, basically we're just a bunch of Asian dudes who shoot fighting and literally killing each other in a ring.
That sounds lovely. So yeah, wow.
Wait, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Oh,
There's more. So, best weekly TV show is another category.
Oh Jesus! Well, I think we all know what the answers to this one will be.
Yeah. So I just my biggest shout out here that I have is in 1997, which is objectively the greatest year. That's the greatest year in Raw or Nitro history, you could argue. World Pro Wrestling from New Japan Pro Wrestling won that. I didn't even know that New Japan had a weekly show. I didn't even know that.
Wait, so when you've got Hulk Hogan spray painting buses, and you've got the NWO running a madness, Sting's in the rafters, everyone's going crazy because he's standing there. The cruiserweights are setting the world alight. You've got WCW's destroying the WWF, and what wins it? Sorry,
World Pro Wrestling.
Okay, how would you possibly consume that product? How?
I know, exactly. Oh, here's another one. In 2016 and 17, New Japan Pro Wrestling on Access TV won. Basically, if you don't know what that show was, that was Jim Ross and Josh Barnett commentating over matches that already happened in New Japan Pro Wrestling with English commentary. Like, it wasn't even like, it had no storylines. It was literally just Jim Ross spending an hour commentating over Kenny Omega and Okada 6 months after the pay-per-view happened.
Wait, which year was this? Which year did this win?
16 and 17. This 16 is the best, arguably the best SmackDown ever was in 2016.
5 months of like peak SmackDown, and I mean the rest of the year wasn't that great, but Jim Ross sounding dead commentating Japanese matches from 7 months prior is getting the nod over that. That's deplorable.
Yeah,
even NXT, like I'm not even like that guy, but where's NXT's mention there? Like, bro,
NXT did win from 2013 to 2015, and then again in 2018.
What won 2017?
It was New Japan Pro Wrestling on Axis, won in 17 as well.
That is just glorious to hear. Thank you for telling me that.
Yes. And then of course, Dynamite is going to run away with that award now. They won it in 19 and 20.
The next, like, for every year that's on, that's going to win it going forward.
Yeah, it's going to be the Dynamite Award.
Yep.
Here's another one for you. Take a guess what won Match of the Year in 2001.
01. Okay, so probably, I mean, Rock and Austin's a good shout. TLC 2 is a really good shout as well.
Mm-hmm.
The 01 Rumble match was iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Triple H versus Austin in the 3 stages of hell. What one?
You just named like 5 bangers off the top of your head right there. And those 2 matches from WrestleMania 17, especially the TLC match, one of the 10 to 12 greatest matches of all time in a lot of people's minds. But no, the winner was Keiji Muto versus Genichiro Tenryo.
Keiji Muto versus Genichiro, and which promotion was that?
That was All Japan Pro Wrestling. Superpower in Budokan.
Yeah, Superpower in Budokan, my guy.
That's the name of the event.
What?
That was the name of the event.
Oh my god! And that one over TLC too.
Mm-hmm.
As you got Edge spearing Jeff Hardy over a 20-foot ladder, a visual which kids all over the globe recreate with their brothers and sisters, like in their houses from like the age of 5.
Yeah.
And you got a match that is lived in wrestling infamy. That what was it? Muta versus who?
It was Muto versus Genichiro.
Okay, that's just lovely. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, that match of the year. I mean, you got what? Kenta Kobashi and Mazawa. They've won that award 3 times.
And which years were they?
98, 99, and 2003.
Right, yeah. I struggle to believe that there wasn't one match better in any of those years, but continue.
You're looking at what? If you look at 03, there was, what, Angle Benoit?
Angle Brock and the Iron Man match. I mean, you've got, Jesus Christ. Like,
I would say, yeah, Angle Benoit would probably be my match of the year, 2013. 2011, Punk and Cena won.
What about Michaels Jericho at WrestleMania? That's another one, but yeah, continue.
Oh, yeah, from 03, yeah. Punk and Cena won in 11. Taker and Shawn won in 2009 and 2010, so the readers did us right there, pal.
Wow.
They did us real wrestling fans right, pal.
That'll piss people off. The real wrestling fans, ones who don't spend 90 hours a week watching it.
But here's another one, too, that gets just ridiculous. Best box office draw.
Oh, this is. I feel like Kevin, we're specialists with this. This is our go-to mainstream stars. This is the Elite Heat bid now.
Yeah, this is a measurement of the most legitimate mainstream superstar in the pro wrestling world, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter readers. This is supposed to be the award that everyone in the industry swears by, pal. So 97 Hogan wins it. 98, 99 Austin wins it. 2000 The Rock wins it. And then
Kevin, I'm going to cut you off right there. That seems like the award is actually being given to the logical, correct winners, which is surprising considering the nature of the awards. But continue. Let's go on.
Yeah. Then from there, after 2000, when The Rock wins it, now all hell breaks loose. That's it.
No.
That's it. No. So 2001. Who would you think would be the biggest box office attraction in 2001?
01, I guess The Rock, main events WrestleMania,
right?
Begins his career in movies. I think it's really hard to go past Rock in 01. I mean, you could say something like Austin maybe, but you can't look past The Rock. Surely.
Yeah, you can't get any bigger than The Rock. No, well, actually, you can get bigger than The Rock, according to the lovely readers of The Observer. Kazushi Sakuraba is the winner of this award. He's a Pride fighter from Pride Fighting Championship 2001. Biggest box office, pal.
Yeah. Well, to be fair though, like one of the things with The Rock we've got to keep in mind, as far as the IWC goes, it was so cool to hate The Rock through this time period.
Yep.
Like Rock had heat for like 4 years. He can't wrestle. All he does is cut promos. Then the heat got past to Triple H for the rest of the 2000s. But my God, like that is Sakuraba. Who?
Kazushi Sakuraba.
Yes, because he was legitimately hitting elbow strikes to other Japanese men's teeth in a combat fed in Japan. Therefore, he's more mainstream and more box office than Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who's on billboards in New York, posters. He's a legitimate mainstream celebrity. You ask 100 people on the street anywhere in the world who's The Rock, and I guarantee you a majority will know them. But someone Sakuraba punches the guy in Japan for real, therefore he's more mainstream.
There you go.
Okay.
And then it just gets worse. So, 2002 and 2003, a certain wrestler won biggest box office draw. Who do you think
Hogan?
it would be in 02 and 03?
Hogan, Rock, I mean, maybe Brock Lesnar in 02 or 03. He was a massive next big thing, big box office star. I think either
Triple
any of those
H. You know, Triple H, big draw. He's the last guy from the Attitude Era, still full-time in WWE. He's the captain of Monday Night Raw. Nope, it was Bob Sapp. Another Pride fighter.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask who that is. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, then 04-05. Again, you know, you got Batista in 05, especially Cena. And then 04.
Edge even. I mean, Shawn Michaels was really an angle at this time. You could maybe say Eddie, potentially Brock. Not Brock, he was kind of gone, but Batista, yeah.
Yeah, you got 04, you've got what? 04 is the same crop. No, it's Kenta Kobashi from Pro Wrestling Noah.
Okay.
And then in 2006, when you got John Cena dropping rap albums in 2006, Cena's the biggest crossover stars is Austin Rock.
Yeah.
He doesn't win the award in 06. It goes to Mystico from CMLL.
Yes, because Cena dropping the "You Can't See Me" rap album, like coming out in like these pop collars. He's coming out wearing jerseys. He's got the Chain Gang theme. He's as popular as he near enough ever was in 06. But no, it was Mystico from which Fed?
He's from CMLL, Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre.
That was the one which the Smartbusters proved they get more views than CMLL. I mean, Kevin. Okay.
Yeah. Mystico. Even if you look at like outside of WWE, if you want to be anti-WWE, Kurt Angle was an Impact in 06. Like Kurt Angle was drawing the biggest pay-per-view buys for Impact. He was the most legitimate mainstream superstar that Impact has ever had in their existence. From the time he went there to the current day, there's been no bigger star than Kurt Angle in 06 in that arena in Orlando, Florida.
No. Kevin, you're short-sighted. You know nothing about wrestling. You weren't watching those great Mystico versus whoever matches in CMLL League Wrestling.
CMLL is the secondary Fed in Mexico. It's not... AAA is the biggest Fed in Mexico. And I don't even know who Mystico is. I've never heard of Mystico in my life. Never.
The number 2 Mexican wrestling Fed has the biggest box office mainstream star, bigger than John Cena, near enough at his apex. That is just gold.
You look at 06. You got Batista too. Batista's a legitimate superstar in the wrestling bubble in 06.
Having intercourse with Melina before commercial break on SmackDown in front of 7 million people who are watching live. Oh my God.
You got Batista and Undertaker killing each other, drawing numbers, pal. Big numbers, bro. And then you got 07, they get it right with Cena. 08, 09, 2010 is Brock Lesnar in the UFC. That's 100% fair. 2011, 2012, they gave it to The Miz.
Wait, what? The Miz?
No, I'm kidding. It was The Rock.
The Miz is a legitimate box office bro. 12 Rounds 4 is a mainstream movie, pal. Forget Fast 2. It's 12.
Imagine The Miz gets it over The Rock making his return. The Rock, the biggest movie star in the history of Hollywood.
Because I'm The Miz, and I'm awful.
And then, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, a UFC fighter wins it.
So Ronda, then Conor McGregor?
No, GSP got it, and then Ronda, and then Conor.
Oh, okay. Same. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and then Jericho gets it in 19 for AEW. Do you want to talk about that one for a minute? Jericho winning best box office draw, the biggest mainstream attraction in 2019.
In fairness, I mean, God, like in 2019, Jericho said a little bit of the bubbly, and WWE had what? Seth Rollins crying in the corner. So I can't really dispute much of that. In fairness,
yeah, he did. I mean, Jericho did single-handedly make a promotion legitimized. I agree with it. I just wanted to see what you would think, because you've got
Jericho became the godfather of AEW. So
Randy Orton going stupid. That probably wasn't going to draw massive Instagram ratings for WWE's Instagram page.
Yeah, Randy Orton saying, "God, Kofi, here's the clip of what I did to you 10 years ago," and Tim going him through a table like a random crappy episode of Raw in 2009 that no one was watching. Anyway,
you want to go? Let's go feud of the year. This one's gonna get a little saucy too.
Oh,
I'm just gonna come out and ask you. 1989. I'm sorry, not 1989. 1990. What would you think would be feud of the year in pro wrestling in 1990?
Feud of the year. I mean, okay. WWF wise, probably Hogan Warrior, something like that. As far as WCW or NWA, I guess isn't that the year Flair and Sting was 89. Flair Steamboat, one of them.
Maybe? Yeah, it was Flair. You had Flair Sting, but Flair 1990 was kind of an off year for Flair. Yeah. So you'd think Hogan Warrior. I mean, they main evented at that time the biggest WrestleMania. There was like 70,000 people in Toronto, biggest box office WrestleMania ever. No, it was Misawa versus Jumbo Tsuruta from All Japan Pro Wrestling. That's literally his name, Jumbo.
Misawa versus Jumbo Tsuruta,
Yeah.
Kevin, don't be xenophobic. Come on now. Come on.
Xenophobic.
Come on, Kevin, don't be xenophobic. Come on.
Xenophobic. Then 97, 98, 90 or 90. I'm sorry, 97. Steve Austin versus Bret Hart. 98, 99. Stone Cold Austin versus Vince. Yep. 2000. Mick Foley versus Triple H. 01. What do you think about 01?
I mean,
the Alliance versus Austin versus like WCW or something.
Oh, I'd say Austin versus Rock, or I mean, I couldn't give that to Alliance versus WWF. I couldn't give it to that. Doesn't deserve it.
No, it was Kazushi Sakuraba versus Wanderlei Silva in Pride Fighting.
So yeah, because Sakuraba hit shoot elbow strikes to the other guy's like eyeball, and his eye popped out. Therefore, big box office mainstream feud of the year, pal.
Mainstream.
Legitimate.
Then 02 was Tito Ortiz versus Ken Shamrock. I 100% agree with that. That got me into MMA as a kid. 03 Angle versus Brock Lesnar. 04 Benoit HBK Triple H. 05 Batista Triple H. 06 Ortiz versus Ken Shamrock again. Agree. Batista Taker, Jericho Michaels, Hardy Punk. 2010. What do you think? What say you for 2010? Give us a guess. What do you think it was?
Oh Jesus, 2010.
Feud of the year.
Feud of the year. Shawn and Taker, maybe. God, there's not many good ones because that was seen in the Nexus. So
it was El Generico versus Kevin Steen.
Well, in fairness with that, like I mean, WWE did not have really anything that year. I can't objectively say otherwise, but that said, it is El Generico and Kevin Steen flipping each other off in front of 40 people in an ROH show, so yeah, fair enough.
And then 2011 was Nigel McGuinness and Bryan Danielson.
Oh, because of course it was. Yeah, Punk and Cena, F them. Let's just have Nigel McGuinness breaking his neck versus Bryan Danielson. That's just, it's not that cute.
No, I'm kidding. I just did that to see your reaction. Cena Punk won.
I'd hope so. I can.
I thought you were gonna have a heart attack.
No, I just like get his tackle. You have Bryan Danielson. I'm gonna kick his effing head in. As Nigel McGuinness is like, yeah, he's like on the ground. Like, I need a doctor. Like, what is this?
What do you think about 2012? Take a guess. I'll ask you. What do you think won in 2012? Cena Rock, right? Cena Rock, once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the best feuds, if not the best I've seen in my lifetime. So I built that up.
Anything
Cena
else?
Rock, yeah. It was something like Brock Cena. Like, I'm a bit biased, but that was awesome.
Was anything else there? Did Punk have a good iconic feud in 2012? No.
Oh, the Punk and Ryback feud.
Yeah. So 2012, it wasn't Cena versus Rock. The biggest movie star in the history of Hollywood coming back to his old stomping grounds in WWE, facing John Cena, the biggest A-list celebrity, arguably in wrestling history.
Bro, you had Dwayne Johnson throwing garden gnomes with Cena merch on them into a river, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, Cena Rock, the biggest box office WrestleMania I think ever, and I think that record still stands.
1.219 million pay-per-view buys for $50 a pop. Yeah.
No, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Okada was a bigger feud than Cena Rock in 2012.
Well, shut up. Oh, they clearly had better matches than Rock and Cena. So shut up, Kevin. You know nothing about wrestling.
Unbelievable. Like, our match quality, okay. Okada, Tanahashi had good match quality, but this was like young Okada. This wasn't even like Okada, like peak Okada. Whatever.
Yeah, this wasn't like Okada when his neck had been used to being slammed on it. Like, this was when he's still getting up there. Like,
right.
Geez.
And then 2013, you would think maybe Brock and Punk, right?
It had to be, yeah. Punk versus Heyman, maybe something like
Punk
that.
Punk versus Heyman,
like,
right?
Yeah.
You would think down bad Cena versus Rock, like even that, you could argue.
Well, I couldn't argue that. I'm sorry, but yeah, had Punk and Heyman, surely. I mean, surely, or maybe.
Oh, we forgot in 2012. We actually forgot to mention this for 2012. Triple H versus Undertaker.
Oh yeah, definitely, easily, yeah, for sure.
But no, Tanahashi versus Okada is better than the end of the era. The end of an era, of course.
Right, and what was 2014? Because I mean, you think maybe Shield versus Wyatt family.
2013 was Tanahashi and Okada again. Let's throw that out there.
2014 was.
No, 2013.
Oh no, I know what you said there, but for 2014, was it Shield Wyatt's? Maybe got something like that.
No, I mean, it was John Jones versus Daniel Cormier. That's pretty fair. That was like.
Why do they give like MMA awards as part of this? It's like it's a Wrestling Observer, like, bro.
Yeah, MMA counts for these awards, like Feud of the Year, Best on Promos, Best Box Office, MMA counts.
Yeah, I bet, but it shouldn't.
Yeah. And then Aldo McGregor, 15, and then McGregor Diaz is 16. 17, Okada Omega, no shock. I'm giggling at the next one, though. 2019, what do you think was the Feud of the Year, 2019?
2019, ooh, one, probably Jericho Cody. What's that?
Well, Adam Cole, baby, and Johnny Gargano.
Oh, that's right, because Adam Cole visiting Papa Gargano's Pizzeria was just the best feud all year. Yeah, it's a cracking.
Did that actually happen? Adam Cole went to...
he visited Frank Gargano in Cleveland and went to the pizzeria and angrily ripped the pizza out of Frank's hands, and then Frank was like ran off crying. That was a segment like that.
Oh my god. That's hilarious. Moxley, Eddie Kingston, I'm shocked, right? Shocker there. Yeah. No.
That was the best feud of 2012. Fair enough. Whatever. I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah.
Not Reigns and Jey Uso. Hold up. Wait, what?
Yeah, not Reigns and Jey Uso, not Edge and Orton.
Reigns and Jey Uso made Roman Reigns as a heel, because if Roman Reigns is feuding with Braun Strowman for the first 2 months of his, becoming the champion, no one would care. But Jey Uso made Roman Reigns a legitimate heel who's going to carry the WWE for the next 5 years now, whatever. Anyway.
Exactly. Let's see. Most improved. Oh god, The Miz won. How did The Miz win Most Improved 2 years in a row? The Miz won in 08, 09. How do you win? How do you win the Most Improved 2 years in a row? You have to. He's the only 2-time winner. Oh no, Brock Lesnar won. Brock Lesnar won it twice. What? Bro? What are these awards?
How does Miz won Most Improved twice and it was still awful?
How does Brock Lesnar win it twice?
In what years did Brock win it?
02, 03. How?
I mean, I guess fair enough. But I mean, just he burst on the scene as like he didn't improve. Like, you think that award, you come on the scene, you're like, okay, and then you become like a main event level star. With Brock, he was already like a main event star when he got there. So like, I don't know.
What did The Miz do in 08 and 09? to win the award twice. Like, they didn't even give him the year that when he became champion.
Bro, it's clearly Show Miz, bro. Or was that 2010 buddy? No, it's just like, bro, it's Mike the Miz Mizan. Bro, he was hitting on Maurice backstage, and that got him most improved.
Ridiculous, bro. He showed up to work, he clocked in and clocked out on time. That made him most improved, pal. Ridiculous.
He's wearing a fedora, doing the dirt sheet with a 29-year-old man with abs, bro. Terrible.
Let's see. Roman Reigns in 2013. That's an interesting shout out.
Wow.
Nothing really nothing crazy about that one at all. Unless you feel like Britt Baker snubbed anyone in 2020.
Not really, no.
Oh, here's another one. Here's another one that's gonna have you on your floor right now.
Oh God.
Most charismatic. Let's see.
So this should be the Rock Award for most charismatic, the Dwayne Johnson Award.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson or Terry Bollea should have this award named after them.
No! Don't. Terry Bollea is evil. Don't even say that. But
Terry Bollea and Dwayne Johnson are both 6-time winners, so they are tied.
That's reassuring. That's at least they didn't give the most charismatic to Shibata or what are the guys Sakuraba for his match in Pride in 01. So yeah.
I'll jump right to current day stuff because I feel like they got this one right. I'll just go through the awards, but there's one that's gonna floor you. I know it. So Ric Flair wins it in 80. He wins it 83, 84. Hogan wins it from 85 to 87, and then again in 89, 90, 91. Sting won it 88, 92. Shawn Michaels 95, 96. Steve Austin 97, 98. 99 to 02. The Rock. 03, Bob Sapp won it, but whatever. 04, 05, Eddie Guerrero, the late great Eddie Guerrero won it. That's great to see. Cena won it in 06 to 2010. That's also great to see. The Rock won it in 11 and 12. And then here we go. So 2013. Who do you think won most charismatic wrestler in 2013? Who was the most charismatic wrestler in 2013?
Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. 2013. I guess you can say Punk maybe, but The Rock was there. It's how can it be anyone but him?
It was Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Okay. I don't know. But you can't have Dwayne Johnson actively on your show, building up to the WrestleMania main event, cutting diss track, shoot promo. Rock was literally doing rock concerts, calling Vicky Guerrero a slut on live TV. And they're giving it to Hiroshi Tanahashi, okay.
And this was also the first full year of Brock Lesnar being back in WWE.
And you got The Rock literally doing diss track concert promos on Vicky Guerrero, roasting Paul Heyman, but no, just give it to Hiroshi.
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Bro, like, what did Tanahashi do or say in backstage interviews in those Japanese press conferences to hype up matches with Okada? What there was as charismatic as Dwayne Johnson's rock concerts or his shoot promos on Cena where he's calling him a gender-confused Fruity Pebble? I mean, God.
Well, what was more charismatic than Brock Lesnar coming out and commanding a room in any feud that they put him in? Like, come on. And then, any guesses for 2014?
The most charismatic. Dear God, if this is Daniel Bryan.
Any guesses?
But 2014, probably Sami Zayn. Like, you know what they'd probably say.
We got Batista,
Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, Batista, Bray Wyatt in there. You got Daniel Bryan winning his award, his Yes Movement Chronicle. No, it was Nakamura.
I mean, yeah, he was having seizures to his entrance theme in Japan. I guess fair enough.
2015.
Whatever.
Any guesses?
Nakamura again.
Yep. How'd you know?
I mean, it was just. Yeah. I mean, Kevin. I remember 2015. That was the year that had the Wrestle Kingdom match with Styles and Nakamura. I remember that one. So they're always going to give him that one. I mean, come on now. To be fair, like 2015. I'm not going to act like a WWE stand. Like, damn it, Seth Rollins should have won because he was crying about Brock Lesnar every week.
Well, you also got Sting. Sting would have been, I think, a good shout.
His statue. I burned his statue, guys.
All right, 2016 is Connor. Any guesses for 2017 or 2018?
17 and 18 for which award was this again?
Most charismatic, yeah. I mean, you would think Cena, right? Like 2017.
I mean,
Cena.
This is Cena cutting his best promos in his career, being the most clearly entertaining, charismatic guy. Outside of that, most charismatic, I mean, you could even say Bill Goldberg. He'd be up there, headbutting doors, screaming, all that kind of stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
No, it was Tetsuya Naito in 2017 to 2018.
No comment. We move.
2019, Chris Jericho. What about 2020? Who do you think was the most charismatic wrestler of 2020?
Ooh. I mean, that's a good question. Who was the most charismatic wrestler?
Well, you would think.
Definitely
Go ahead.
definitely wouldn't be a WWE superstar, I'll tell you that much. Just by what these awards do.
Well,
AEW, Cassidy, Orange Cassidy. Thinking of Orange Cassidy.
Well, in your mind, it would be Roman Reigns, right?
I mean, sure.
Is the easy lock-in for most charismatic, like, by and large, easy lock-in, right? Shoo-in. Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Yeah. He commands
you got Roman Reigns sitting in, like, chairs on satellite interviews being like, hey, Kevin Owens, you suck some more. Like, that's clearly Roman in that sense. But then, let me guess, Orange Cassidy?
Nope. No, not the orange one. It was MJF.
Oh, I mean, fair enough. I forgot about him. I mean, I can't really argue that one to be too much,
Exactly.
Well, because like you can do MJF, you can make a case MJF Roman. I mean, yeah, that's fine. It's not as bad as some of these. Not as bad as when The Rock was not as big a box office draw than a Japanese cage fighter in 2001. Yeah.
Yep. Then you got Technical Wrestler of the Year. That's the Bryan Award. Bryan's won it. He's won it like damn near almost every year of its existence.
Jesus.
Let's see. Are there any others here that
This video has been terrible. As far not the content, but as far as like what you've told me, the content here is just wow.
Oh yeah. Yep. Let's see. Best Brawler. That's the Mick Foley Award. Not even. You can't even really debate that one. Best Flying Wrestler. Whatever. Will Ospreay owns that award. Ricochet's won it a bunch of times.
Surely Rey Mysterio's won that about 10 times. Sure.
He's won that 6 times.
Yeah. I'd hope so.
Yeah, 6 times. Owen Hart's won it a bunch. Jushin Thunder Liger. Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy won it a couple times. Yeah, Evan Bourne. Oh, here we go. This is another one too that when I was doing my deep dive. This was another one where I was like, "Yep, this proves the bias. This shows us exactly why we are where we are with wrestling community. Most overrated. Oh,
Jesus Christ! This will be good.
This is this is a super key one. Super key.
So this is the Roman Reigns Award for most overrated, correct?
No. Right, believe it or not, Roman Reigns has only won this award one time. Believe it or not.
Oh.
This is. I don't want to give it away. Whose award this is, but so we'll just go through it. Let's see. 1985 and 1986, Hulk Hogan win it.
Yep.
Okay, fine. Dusty Rhodes, 87, 88.
That's kind of funny.
I don't even know. I don't know what he did to become most overrated. I don't know. 1989, 90, and 91, Ultimate Warrior wins it. What the Ultimate Warrior winning, what that shows you here is the people that were voting on this stuff, on these awards, they clearly valued technical wrestling over drawing ability, charisma, just all the intangibles that Ultimate Warrior has that separates him from men like Mazawa and Kobashi. Right? Am I right? Like, how could Ultimate Warrior be the most overrated in 89, 90, 91? That's peak Ultimate Warrior.
That is insane. That is literally insane.
Like, he was like, he dethroned Hogan as the biggest box office attraction. He was champion. Like, if you want to put him as most overrated in 88, that's fine. But at the height of his power, I don't know. Okay, so here's another one. So 1994, 95, 96, 97, and 98 all had one winner. Any guesses?
94, 95, 96, 97, 98.
Yep, same winner.
Jesus. The Undertaker?
Nope.
No. Okay. Yeah, but go on.
It was Hulk Hogan.
That is revolting. That is revolting. I don't really have words. I'm just, yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so Hulk Hogan
Wow.
96, 97, 98. That was the peak of the NWO. And, and you give him the most overrated wrestler? At 94, 95, that's completely fine. If you want to say Hogan was overrated, Hulk Hogan was eating spaghetti on live TV in 1994. Not doing anything. Like, okay, that's fine. He's beating like Yokozuna, he's burying Bret Hart backstage. Cool. 96, 97, 98. He's the biggest thing going in wrestling in 96 and 97, objectively. He was the biggest star. He brought in millions and millions of fans. He made wrestling cool again. We went from Duke the Dumpster Droze and Sir Isaac Yankem as characters on television on the other show in WWF. And then on the other side, we had like Eric Watts and like, you had Ricky Steamboat running around, stunning Steve Austin, Brian Pillman, just a bunch of guys, great wrestlers, no charisma. Hulk Hogan in 1996 changes wrestling forever by turning heel, becomes the biggest thing going, and he's the most overrated wrestler, I guess, in 1996, according to the readers of this magazine. Doesn't that tell you everything about where we are in terms of the wrestling community now? All these stuff is now public now. It's been there the whole time. Because you think about it, Roman Reigns is now, people call Roman Reigns overrated. Well, they were calling Hulk Hogan overrated back then. They just didn't value Hulk Hogan, anything that he brought to the table.
That's gross. Yeah. I mean, nothing. The more things change, the more they stay the same. This is just a constant. If you're that guy, that larger than life star that brings in eyeballs and is like a legitimate movie star who gets WWE attention and traction, Wrestling Observer is never going to like rate you, so to speak. That audience is never going to like you. That right there is a solid example. I mean, this is 96 through 98 Hogan. As you say there, I understand like 95 when you've got Hogan coming out there smiling, like hugging random babies in the crowd, making the crowd happy as he's having a terrible match with Lex Luger on Nitro. I get it. I get that's not the best. But I mean, come on. Come on. And let me guess, The Rock won that for like 3 years?
No. Rock hasn't won it. No, in 90. Yeah, shocking, right?
Wow.
99 to 2000.
I'm so used to the thing, as I kind of explained earlier. Rock was the cool one to hate in the IWC for like 4 years and during his apex. Then Triple H got the hate for like 4 years. Then Cena had it for about 7 years. And then Reigns had all the hate for like half a decade.
Believe it or not, John Cena has not won that award one time. Not even once. Not even once. So then 99, 2000, Kevin Nash wins it. 2001, The Undertaker wins it. I don't know how you feel about that one.
A bit disrespectful, but yeah, anyway.
Whatever, yeah. 02, 03, 04, The Game. I'm going to cut a 25-minute promo to start Raw.
And you know what's funny? Triple H, Paul Levesque, when he's winning that award back in 02, he's thinking, these pissant mongrel fans give me the award. What a bunch of idiots. Exact same audience he panned in NXT to for 5 years, literally a decade later. Yeah, that's the exact same crowd he was trying to get.
Yeah, he stole all the guys that are darlings of these awards, like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan. Brought them all in. Finn Balor, Adam Cole made his own Ring of Honor fed.
Yeah, he's still pleased the people who gave him most overrated for several years. That is interesting.
Yeah. And then he won it again in 2009 as well. Triple H did. So he won it 4 years. Let's see. Then there was 2006. I take issue with this one. Batista is most overrated in 2006.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable. Oh, Batista's like the coolest world champion we've ever had, with a suit and looking like a legitimate movie star coming out.
How does Randy Orton not win that award in that year? How? I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why is it Batista? Batista was great in 2006, having legit feuds with Undertaker, Edge, you name it. 07, 08 was Kali and Kozlov.
Hold on. Back to 06. Randy Orton's literally defecating in people's bags backstage, cutting, having the crowd just, no one likes him. He's just not good. They're pushing him as like a main event star. He's getting shoehorned into the WrestleMania big gold belt match with Angle and Mysterio. But Dave Batista's bad because he was one of the coolest world champions ever. Okay. Gotcha.
Exactly. Disgusting. And I mean, that hurts me because I love Batista as a kid. And it's like, wow, okay.
Gross.
Goes to show you again, though, that, guys who can't do fake wrestling moves are just, they're going to be hated.
Yeah.
Great Khali, Vladimir Kozlov, 0708.
Great Khali is on the biggest draws in wrestling history, if not the biggest draw. Look at his YouTube numbers. But anyway.
Right? Yeah, Kozlov, get that. 2010, Kane wins it.
Really? Kane?
Yeah.
When you have Naked Orton, you've got Sheamus getting pushed to the moon, you got Cena still. I mean, they're supposed to just Cena in that year. Like, wow.
Yeah, okay. Naked Orton, like you said, just penis Orton is out there running wild, basically in a diet. He's
Orton had like the chain, like
yeah, you got penis Orton like he's like drooling on John Cena as he's angrily screaming at him, while Cena's handcuffed to a corner. You got lubed up Orton, he's lubed to the gills. He looks like he just got out of a sauna. His skin is artificially glowing as he's walking down to the ring with Dusty Rhodes' 24-year-old son and Ted DiBiase's son. But
Hello, John. Hello, John. I'm here to have a really good match for Dave Meltzer.
But no, it's Kane. It's Kane. What did Kane do in 2010?
What has Glenn Jacobs done wrong there? Like who did he? Why did he piss people off? What? Because he beat Jack Swagger on SmackDown to win the world title? Like,
yeah, Glenn Jacobs, pal. Yeah. Then Ryback wins it in 2012. That's about if there was ever a more warranted award. That's like that Ryback. Ryback overrated in 2012, hand in glove.
Yes.
Randy Orton in 2013, I will preach this one to the moon. Randy Orton, by far and a million, the most overrated wrestler of 2013. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
And then our guy Kane wins it yet again in 14 and 15, which
what has Kane done wrong?
I agree with this one. You had Authority Kane helping Seth Rollins win the Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins hiding behind Authority Kane. You had 15-minute monologues where Triple H is telling Kane, we're businessmen. Let's work it out like we always do. Like, this was...
Oh, that's crap,
that was
dude.
boring. That was boring, Kane. Kane in a mask and Authority. That was terrible, bro. I didn't like Authority Kane.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just can't... I mean, it seems like it's cool to just stick it on Kane. You know what the theme is? Kane is a supernatural wrestler, wears a mask, too much of a gimmick. And I guess we see that with The Fiend and Bray Wyatt in the years to come.
Well, he didn't even wear a mask in 14 and 15. Hardly ever.
He did in 14.
A little.
At least most of it. 15, yes. That was shirtless Authority, corporate Kane, hiding Seth Rollins from Naked Orton, trying to RKO him every week. That was.
You had him having flabby matches with Big Show, like, yeah. But that was also, like, kind of, like, I didn't like Kane with the mask on that year. That was with him with his fake hair, and the mask just looked so cartoonish.
Yeah, you got fake mask Kane coming out there. Daniel Bryan is like a surgically repaired neck. He's like, Bryan's like broken from like the shoulders up. And then Kane's coming out there, hitting like shoot tombstone pile drivers. As Bryan's like having a fake seizure on the stage. Like, bro.
Yeah, that was bad. Then 16, Roman Reigns. You got Stephanie McMahon slapping Roman Reigns on segments on Raw.
God.
Calling Roman Reigns an underdog. Like, yeah, it's pretty.
You're going to go 1 versus all, Roman. You're going to start number 1, Roman.
Like, that was so bad.
Yeah, that was awful. 2017, the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. I think that's pretty fair, too. Jinder Mahal literally was a jobber who got future endeavored. And then he comes back in 2017, roided out of his mind. I remember this vividly. One episode on Raw, like right after Mania. Byron Saxton is screaming at the top of his lungs about Jinder Mahal's newfound meal prepping plan.
Oh, God.
He's like screaming, Jinder Mahal's dieting. He's in the best shape of his life. He's eating chicken breast and salad. And then, like, I remember reading an article, like, oh, Jinder Mahal is going to get a push. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Byron Saxton was obnoxiously putting him over. So Jinder Mahal is next in line for WWE Championship push. Then all of a sudden, this guy is WWE Champion, beating Nakamura, Randy Orton, John Cena. Like, he's beating everybody. It's ridiculous.
Literally a month after that segment you mentioned, you got Randy Orton tossing a Singh brother on their vertebrae and spinal cord and like neck on an announcement table monitor, nearly killing them. A month after.
Oh god. And then 2018-19 is Constable Corbin and King Corbin.
Not surprising.
And then 2020, AEW's newest acquisition, Bray Wyatt, won most overrated in 2020.
Oh man. What else is new at this point? What else is new? I'm surprised they didn't. I'm surprised they gave him that, considering he lost to Goldberg. I thought the agenda from this crowd was let's hate Goldberg any chance we get. But yeah, wow, yeah.
Now is another one that I think you'll find intriguing. Is most underrated.
Oh,
I think you're gonna like this one.
Oh,
I can't really argue with any of the wrestlers in the 80s. We could fake outrage about Tiger Mask 2 being most underrated in 1988.
It was disgusting. That award should have gone to the Blue Blazer. Damn it. Anyway.
Here's a funny one, though. 2001. Who do you think was most underrated in 2001? This one's not bad. It's just kind of funny, considering all the talent surrounding the roster in 01.
01, Jesus Christ. I mean, Booker T, Raven, I don't bloody know.
Lance Storm.
Mr. Wrestling Observer now. Every F4W online YouTube video, Lance Storm shoots about how bad WWE is now. Like,
I know, right? You got Lance Storm and Brian Alvarez yelling at each other. No, it's just funny that like you've got Kurt Angle, RVD, Jeff Hardy, just to name a few, all these guys that aren't being used quote unquote properly. Lance Storm is most underrated. That's just hilarious to me. Let's see. Here's another funny one. 04, Paul London. That's just funny. 05, 06, 07, Shelton Benjamin. Highly agree. 08, MVP. Definitely agree. 2010 was a guy named Caval.
Actually, real quick, can we talk about Shelton Benjamin real quick?
Sure.
Like, so he was a Continental Champion for life type guy in that kind of area. What would you like to see them do with him instead?
I just look at Shelton Benjamin as underrated from the standpoint of like he doesn't get the credit that he deserves as like someone being just a great wrestler, because he was perfect in that role of like upper mid card to mid card guy, and he stole the show every year at the Money in the Bank. It was like the Shelton Benjamin show.
Right. Yeah. Easy. Continue. You mentioned Caval or
some guy named Caval won most underrated in 2010. I don't even know who that is. It was in WWE.
He was the guy who had a match. He was the guy at a match at bragging rights against Dolph Ziggler, which was like an objective 3-star match. Everyone online's like, oh my god, Caval deserves better. He was on season 2 of NXT, I think. It was just what a joke. No one cares.
Oh, he's Loki. Okay, I know who he is. Okay.
Yeah.
2011. Pull this off. It should have been me. I'm the show off.
Show off. Show off.
Here's another funny one. 2012 Tyson Kidd.
Tyson Kidd was literally and had no charisma. He had nothing.
He came out with his headphones, pal.
That wasn't even headphones. That wasn't even headphones, Kid, my guy. That was legit just.
Well, what was 2012 Kid?
He was just a random stock Canadian guy. All his hair was that like a little like a Brazilian Ronaldo little thing at the top of his head, and then that was it. He had nothing to him. He was a wrestler. He had nothing to him. Like,
interesting. And then this is the Cesaro Award. Cesaro won it 23 to 2016 or 2013 to 2016. And then if Cesaro won the WWE title, everybody would have cried saying that he was not fit for being champion. They would have moved on to the next guy. In any of those 4 years, that he won the award, you put the belt on Cesaro in 2014, people would have been outraged that Bryan didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, Cesaro is a whole different video in itself, but yeah, continue.
2017 Rusev, what do you think?
Reasonable. I guess compared to some people it could have given to, very fair.
Yeah, take a gander at 2018.
Finn Balor.
Oh, you got it. Are you reading this? Are you reading this, bro? You got it.
I'm not. I just think to myself, like, the way you phrased that was probably someone who's going to piss me off. I thought Balor was in like the upper mid card in that time, probably Fergal.
Yeah, it was Fergal, pal. And 2019 and 2020 are both funny. So take a guess. It was two different people. Take a guess at who won in 19 and 20.
So most underrated in 19 and 20?
Yeah, it was two different people though.
Jesus Christ. Are they WWE or AEW?
WWE.
God. Murphy?
Nope.
No. Blah, blah, blah. Cedric Alexander?
Nope.
No, I don't. Ali, I don't know. I don't know.
Shorty G won it in 2019.
Ah!
What did these people want Shorty G to do in 2019? Did they want Shorty G to be on the receiving end of shoot insults from Randy Orton?
But can you imagine they push Shorty G to the moon? You got like a WrestleMania main event. You got Dwayne the Rock Johnson out there cutting shoot promos on Shorty G. He has like 5'4" man standing there, like fake, trying to stand up to the Rock, like most underrated. God's sake.
How is Shorty G the most underrated wrestler?
Modern day Kurt Angle, bro. Even though Kurt Angle could literally do everything better, about 5 times better.
Oh my god! And then 2020, any guesses?
Most underrated in 2020. At this point, Kevin, I don't even Ziggler.
No, everybody's favorite King Ricochet.
Oh yeah, because Ricochet legitimately he got a WWE Championship match in 2020.
Yeah, didn't he get squashed by Brock Lesnar?
That match should have been quicker. It went for a minute and a half. It should have been about 30 seconds, but anyway.
That's probably why he got voted most underrated. Because he should have lasted longer.
He got a WWE Championship match. And people are saying he's underrated. Gross. Sickening. Disgusting.
Oh yeah. Oh, here's another one. Oh boy, we're just getting started, pal. Rookie of the Year. Here we go.
Oh.
Here we go. Rookie of the Year. I'm going to jump right to 2002. Tell me who the Rookie of the Year is in 2002.
Brock Lesnar.
What? Brock Lesnar? Not even close, pal.
I'm sorry, what?
It was Bob Sapp, the Pride fighter. And he wasn't even in Pride. He was in a promotion called K1, which, if I'm not mistaken, that was a kickboxing league.
Next big thing, Brock Lesnar. When WWF's getting watched by 9 million people a week, and Brock's the next big thing, and he beats The Rock at SummerSlam within 5 months of getting there. He's not Rookie of the Year because Bob Sapp and K1 kickboxing in Japan.
Bob Sapp had a bigger rookie year. He had a bigger, more impactful, better, and more enjoyable rookie year than Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, because Bob Sapp hit shoot kicks on... I'm not even going to have a guess at these Japanese individual names in 02 and...
Here's another one for you. Ready?
Yeah.
1999. Who's the Rookie of the Year?
1999?
Mm-hmm.
God.
Kurt Angle, right?
I mean, he got there in, like, November, to be fair, but...
All right, 2000. Who's Rookie of the Year?
Well, that's obviously Kurt Angle, obviously.
No. Nope.
Oh. Nope. Let me guess. It was Trey Sapp from Bochaharu Championship Wrestling in South Japan.
It was. Oh, this one is just. It's not gonna make you laugh, but it's just odd. Sean O'Hare.
Let me guess. Oh. Should have been David Arquette, pal.
Oh, David Arquette. Imagine Jay Leno, pal.
Jesus Christ. Bailey, pal.
No. Sean O'Hare was the Rookie of the Year in 2000. Like Kurt Angle had.
Sean O'Hare deserves better for this business, pal.
Kurt Angle had arguably the best rookie year in the history of professional wrestling. But no, it was Sean O'Hare.
Bro, it should have been Misawa's 17-year-old son in the Young Lion dojo in South Tokyo, Japan, pal. Damn it.
And then 2003, you'd think it'd be John Cena, wouldn't you?
I mean, that makes sense, but I mean, let me guess, it's probably Bob Trey Sapp and his cousin, I don't know.
Chris Sabin.
As in Alex Shelley's tag team partner.
Yeah, Chris Sabin, yep.
Oh, Jesus God. With some of the Motor City machine guns, bro.
You want to know what promotion they have listed here as representing of Chris Sabin? Pro Wrestling...
IWA Mid-South Championship Wrestling, I don't know.
Pro Wrestling 01 Max.
Kevin, this is the same thing with Bob Sapp. Even on wrestling Twitter, where the most hardcore, crazy wrestling fans are, I've never heard of that promotion, nor have I heard of Bob Sapp. I haven't heard of K1 Shoot Kickboxing. Like, it's so niche. Like, not even wrestling Twitter, who likes to fondly look back upon all this type of stuff, ever brings this up. Like,
Oh man, it's great. Let's see. Any more rookie? Are there any other rookie of the years that stand out to you in wrestling history that just jump out to you?
oh, I mean, I
Ronda
don't know.
Rousey's right.
Yeah, she surely won 2018, right?
She did. She did.
Oh, thank God. I'm surprised they didn't give that to some random Super Junior wrestler who had 2 matches in a South Japanese wrestling promotion. I'm surprised.
Oh, here's another. Here's one for the viewers. 2016, Matt Riddle.
What, from his MMA days, or was he in WWE by now?
They have him under Evolve and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
Oh, okay. But yeah, because he's having really good matches in Evolve with whatever Dijakovic's name was pre-WWE, therefore, clear Rookie of the Year.
I think the biggest talking point here is WWE doesn't develop young talent anymore. WWE doesn't have a young guy winning the award. The only award winners from WWE in the 2010s decade and 2020 was Pat McAfee won it in 2020, Ronda won it in 18, and Chad Gable won it in 15.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Everyone who's watched WWE or has a conscious wrestling mind knows for the better part of the last 15 years, there just hasn't been that talent development there. And a lot of which is just how they write for them. But yeah, that's pretty dead.
Honestly, the WWE, they had Tom Zenk win the award in '84, and then they didn't have another winner until Chad Gable in 2015.
That's insane. That's crazy. I mean, granted, Brock and Cena have been totally screwed there, but anyway.
I'll just read you some of the names, because there's some names that you've probably never heard of. 04, Petey Williams won it. 05, Shingo Taguchi won it. 06 was Atushi Aoki. 07, Eric Stevens. 08 was Kai. Kai. And then 09, Frightmare. Not Nightmare, Frightmare. 2000.
Is it, Kevin, are you just listening to me the K1 kickboxing league Japanese roster? So you're listening to me?
How do people vote for Frightmare from Chikara? Like who watches Frightmare?
This feels like a Smockbusters 2016, but how do you watch that? Like how can I access that?
How do you know who Eric Stevens is? Who is Eric Stevens?
That sounds like the default creator wrestler on WWE 2K19, just Eric Stevens. Like
the only person you recognize is the guy in 2010 that won it, Adam Cole. It just keeps getting more and more absurd.
I've heard of Petey Williams. That's literally it.
Yeah, you have Daiichi Hashimoto in 2011. Dynastia from AAA in 2012.
Where have any of these people besides Adam Cole, like none of them are even remotely, not even household names, just even talked about now? Like where are these rookies of the year? Like where are these people now? Like,
right? And then like Dragon Lee, Yoi Komatsu in 2013 and 14. Yeah, I don't even know.
That's 11 years of rookie of the years you've given me, and the only one who's even had a career that's even flirted with being remotely relevant is Adam Cole. Yeah. The rest of them is like you could literally just go to a random auto name generator, splot out anything, and they'd be as relevant as these people you've listed me. Like, Petey Williams, he had a great match in Evolve Deathmatch fighting against Spike Lee and his son who ripped off his name. Like, what is this? What is this?
Here's something too to point out too. Goldberg actually won the award in 1998.
Oh, that's a pleasant surprise. Wow.
Yeah, I was shocked to see that. Goldberg actually has a Wrestling Observer newsletter award under his belt. That I did not think I would ever see today.
It's not a negative one.
Yeah, it's a positive one. Yeah, he didn't win Most Overrated either. Never. He never won Most Overrated. Shocking, right? You would think he would have won it in 2020. You know,
that one's just like WWF winning Best Promotion in '99. It doesn't fit the agendas of what these people usually go for at all. Like that's like outside the box, but
right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Best non-wrestler. I'll give you a funny one just for you. Daniel Bryan won Best Non-Wrestler in 2017.
I was gonna say, okay, well, 2016 was the year he called Apollo Creed in the backstage segment. So I guess 2017 he improved. So fair enough.
There you go. Yeah, Dario Cueto won in 2016 from Lucha Underground. Best non-wrestler. Yeah. Well, here's another one that I find funny personally. Ricardo Rodriguez won in 2011. That's
Ricardo Rodriguez, the same guy who's literally grabbing a towel out of a bucket and crying as Del Rio was having a cross arm breaker broken by Cena. Like, bro.
Yeah. Then he was just saying Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto Del Rio. Like, bro.
Let's see. Best television announcer. Let's go through
be this. The Lillian Garcia, the Tony Chimmel.
No. This is like this is commentators. What they mean.
Oh, commentator. Okay, so
this is the Jim Ross Award.
It better be. Yeah, good.
Nice. Yeah, this is the Jim Ross Award. But it's just some interesting ones to throw out there. 2013 and 2014, William Regal won the award.
Oh my god! For what? For saying, it's a beautiful dropkick by Adrian Neville there. Beautiful piece of work. His footwork is just so crisp and crunchy.
What did he commentate on? Was he an NXT commentator?
He was an NXT commentator with what's his name? I think him, Graves, and Phillips in NXT. I think.
I watched NXT religiously in 2014, and I do not remember that.
It's like 2013. I remember getting clips of my Sasha Banks video way back, and Sasha Banks is coming out in the really old NXT, in 2012 and 13. You know, William Regal being like, "Oh, she's going to be a star of the future in NXT." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Wow, that's bad. And then Morrow won it in 15, 16, and 17.
Mamma mia!
Yeah, it's expected. Kevin Kelly won it in 18 and 19.
Right.
There's that. Yep. Let's see. Worst television announcer there, John.
Well, this should be the Michael Cole Award.
It is.
Surely.
Michael Cole.
Yes.
Well, actually, this is very sad. Michael Cole is tied with Gorilla Monsoon with 6. That's actually sad.
What did Gorilla Monsoon do so badly wrong? He wasn't being like, "Hey guys, go on Twitter, guys." Like that. Come on.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, that's his iconic line, the punch to the breadbasket." Like, he was good.
He was evil because he tried. He was tasked with the job of making psycho, off the wall conspiracy theorist Jesse the Body Ventura fall in line during a live broadcast, not go off the rails. Therefore, he was just Gorilla Monsoon was evil, pal.
Evil. Hey, here's a funny narrative one. So Taz won Best Non-Wrestler in 2020, but he won Worst Commentator in 2013. So there's one for the narrative.
And what was Taz commentating in 2013? Impact?
Yes, Impact. Yep.
Okay, right.
And what made him Best Non-Wrestler in 2020?
Him screaming Mox into the camera.
Yeah, screaming out, "Brian Cage, Will Hobbs is coming for you."
Right.
Yeah, Cole won this in 09, 10, 11, 12. Those are the coal mine years.
The coal mine, kind of the Maz, yeah.
Oh, our guy, Maggle won it in 2014 and 15.
That's a joke. He should have been best commentator in those years. No one did it better than John Bradshaw Layfield in that time period.
Yeah, instead 2014 was William Regal.
Well, the best commentator in 2014 and 2015.
Best commentator in 14 was Regal, and 15 was Morrow.
14, William Regal in 2014. Oh, Bo Dallas. There's a very bright future ahead of him on the main roster, Bo Dallas.
And Morrow was exclusively doing New Japan, and he won this award. Ridiculous.
Well, of course, Morrow New Japan, that's like a dream come true.
There you go. 2016 was David Otunga. I unanimously agree with that. David Otunga.
Well, best commentator in 2016.
No, worst commentator.
I didn't remember him doing anything. He just sat there. He was terrible.
Yeah, he was the fourth guy on SmackDown when you had JBL bullying Morrow. You had Tom Phillips out there. And you had David Otunga just sitting there sipping his coffee, being like, "Hey guys, I'm happy to be here."
David Otunga is a legitimate genius. He's gotten paid easily well over $1 million over the course of the 2010s to literally do nothing with WWE.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's still getting paid by them, I believe, to this day.
He's still more ripped than most of the roster as well.
Oh yeah,
David Otunga.
Oh, easy.
And he's the best name in the company, David Otunga. But yeah, go
Booker T 2017.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, it's what it is.
2018 Jonathan Coachman, 100% agree.
Yep.
2019 Corey Graves, I agree.
Not hard. Yep.
2020 Michael Cole, shock.
It's boss time. Oh my! Look out!